have a lesson and discussion on this work now. Follow the lesson for free and just pick up all the tips from the video. But if you're interested, this comes from my sheet music collection of works at around the grade 1 level, and there's a link for that in the description. So this is a Renaissance lute work, and I think the most important thing in this piece is probably the rhythmic feel, and also just kind of the way that you present and shape that upper musical line. So in terms of the rhythm, we have a 6/8 time here, and in this, particularly in this era, you want kind of a little bit of a dancey feel to it, with a little bit of bounce, but still, legato. It can be a little plucky and have a nice little bounce to it, but at the same time, you still want to phrase it nicely. So when you're thinking of that, you might start off with counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but really the main beats fall on 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4. Here. So when conductors often when conductors conduct 6/8, they're just conducting 2 because it's just 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get that kind of dancey feel. Here, 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 here. Then, when you combine that with the phrasing of the piece, you have a little bit of, you're not going to be like just pounding out those beats, but you're going to have a little bit of subtlety to the way that you're shaping the musical line. So you kind of ease into it. And then back off. So like once you reach that top note there on the 4th beat, you relax those final notes because they're not really musical content so much. They're kind of, in a way, they're accompaniment, but they're also just the end of a phrase, which is a nice opportunity to kind of shape them off. So you could practice just the upper line with the notes stems pointing up. And just get that phrasing the way you like it, nice and smooth, but with a strong sense of the rhythm. So I think that's the first thing you should do. Then when you add the bass notes in, you're just trying to retain that beautiful phrasing and rhythm that you have, and putting it all together. Now, in terms of the right hand fingering in this piece, we are primarily just doing M-I alternation. So just using always M-I, 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 I am, just constant M and I. In the last measure, I've put an optional A in. You could just continue with M-I. So on that 4th bar, you could continue with M-I, M-I. But if you like, you can throw in the A finger. M-A-M-I. That might help make that arpeggio there feel a little bit more natural. But it's up to you which one you like to use, a slightly more ergonomic one with the A finger, or just the simplicity of always using M and I. Later on in the piece, I also suggest a few places where you can throw in the A finger. That's just to set up the M finger to play on the downbeat of each measure, which makes sense in that second section. A, M, A, M, making it very consistent through that little section there, which has a little bit of a different motif. So I think we should just do a walkthrough of the piece, but I think those are your main goals in this piece, just having that beautiful upper line, but also in the context of a dancey kind of light rhythm. So I'll just go a little bit slower. The piece is great at any speed. So just relaxing at the end there. Then building. Relax. Then here. Relax. Then here. repeat the piece, I'm adding a few ornaments. Now, for students at the grade 1 level, you are not expected to do that. Actually, I don't introduce trills and ornaments until much later, until maybe around grade 3. So please just leave those out. I did it just to make it an authentic performance. But you can leave it out. If your slurs are pretty comfortable though, you're welcome to try it out. All I'm doing is on some of the downbeats there, I'm playing the upper note. So I'm playing the written note. So for example, in the first measure, that would be C sharp to a D returning. So I'm doing a hammer on and then a pull off. But in a kind of light, reflexive kind of way. And there I'm doing actually from F sharp to G natural, saving that G sharp for the later in measure 3. If you want, you can just copy where I put them by writing a TR trill above the notes that I do them on, but you're welcome to just add them wherever they sound natural to you. You can listen to this work played on lute, just look on YouTube or go to the lesson page that I have for it, and I'll add some videos there. You can just get the sound into your ears. In the second section, the same basic idea. I'm just mainly doing the trill on the F sharp. I add one at the end here, C sharp to D, just to kind of, along with a little bit of a rit at the end there, kind of closes off the piece quite nicely. Like I said, at the grade 1 level, you're not expected to do this, so please leave it out. You can revisit the piece down the road and add those ornaments in. I hope you enjoyed that piece. It's a beautiful little authentic Renaissance lute piece that sounds great on guitar. And just really go for that light, bouncy dance feel along with the shaping of the upper line.